Hey guys, Ramsey here. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to do a quick hit review on an Agar Aura fragrance that was very kindly sent to me by one of you, Eddie. Thank you very much, my friend. And this is called Lao Gold from the house of Agar Aura. Now, I'm just getting into this house. I'm just really, this is only, I think, the fourth video on the house of Agar Aura that I'm uploading. They're all basically just, enough juice where you can kind of apply it at night, wear it for 2, 3, 4 hours before bed, and that's pretty much it. And so the house is, I'm still kind of a rookie with the house. I'm starting to get to know them, and I'm really seeing their signature now start to play out in the fragrances. And Taha, the owner of the house, he doesn't like his ouds to be animalic. He doesn't like them to be fecal. He doesn't like them to be barnyard. All things that I actually enjoy in my oud. I like oud that is, I would say challenging, statement making, barnyard, whatever you want to call it. I love that smell in oud. His ouds don't have that on purpose, I think. I think he specifically searches out the cleaner ouds, if you will, or distills them in a way where they become cleaner. I'm not 100% sure. But after wearing a full composition during the day, so today I wore Roja's Haut Luxe, and I can still smell it on my hand as a scent of the day. I mean, it's an all-day affair, his fragrance, plus I reapply. And at night, for some reason, I just have this urge, this inkling to, I have this inkling to wear oud. I don't know why. I mean, when I want to wear something, for bed, it's oud, it's the real oud like this that I tend to just reach for whatever reason. And let me read you about this, and then I'll kind of give you my thoughts. Again, these videos are meant to be quick, they're meant to be fast. They're not full reviews, they're initial impressions. This is the first time I've ever smelled this and worn it. But looking, videos like this up, very few exist, on this house. It's not like there's a million videos that pop up on YouTube on each one of these, because these come and then they're gone, and that's it. And so I'll read you the blurb, the description, if you will, on Lao Gold. It came out last year, 2021, and it says, Kam Lao and Myanmar Gold, two oils that were distilled early on when the world was just starting to see the COVID-19 virus as a global pandemic. Both oils were immensely loved, as expected, and the reason for that was simple. Asian countries were faster to respond, and the way wood dealers responded was by letting go of large stocks of wood at massive discounts. And so these oils were much cheaper than what they ought to have costed if I had bought the raw materials for the regular market prices. Lao Gold is, in fact, Kam Lao's fancier sister, but closer in grade and brain power factor and overall feel to Myanmar Gold. So if you loved Kam Lao and Myanmar Gold, there's no question you're going to love Lao Gold a lot. Distilled from wild agar wood harvested from the jungles of the two neighbor states of Phongslay and Long Namtha, immediately below the Chinese province of Yunnan, Lao Gold boasts that soothing, mind-tickling, and deeply satisfying character of Chinese Aquilaria sinensis oud. Like her sister, Kam Lao, but even more so, Lao Gold is oud in all caps. As usual, no offensive animalic or butyric flavors in this wild Lao beauty. This is like taking Kam Lao and cranking up the tea, herbs, black pepper, cinnamon, and voluptuous golden oudy resinous heart notes. Put in other words, even truer to life than Kam Lao, compared to the aroma of raw Laotian oud wood sizzling on your heater. Without exception, the higher the grade of wood, the truer to life the oil's aroma is going to be. Lao Gold and Maitikiana 4K and around half a dozen other distillations were kept under wraps for a long time due to how busy I got attending to a pressing family emergency, which delayed the costing calculations and preparing the product write-ups. But now it's finally here, and this oud oil is sure to please. Okay, so that's his write-up on it. And this is officially sold out on his website. So again, thank you, Eddie, for sharing this. It's a pleasure and an honor to get to kind of smell these. And I like this one. even though it doesn't have that animalic funk that I crave, I do really enjoy this fragrance. It is, so it starts out when you first put it on your skin, and it's been on my skin now for a couple hours, but it's a pure oud oil, so it just kind of sticks, it just stays, you know. It starts out very similar to many Agar Aura frags I've smelled. The oud is very realistic, but never dirty. You know you're smelling real oud from the drop of the hat, right? But it never goes fecal, animalic, like I said. And like I said, that's one of the parts that I really enjoy. So I'm having to kind of recalibrate the way that I think about this wearing Taha's creations. So this starts off smelling like you're smelling oud, but also like you're smelling something floral. So imagine you're smelling like an oud hawthorn mix, okay? Or like an oud iris mix. And if you know the hawthorn note used by Jean-Claude Elena in Cuir d'Ange, that'll kind of give you an idea of the floral aspects to this fragrance, okay? This is like if Jean-Claude Elena made an oud fragrance. I mean, it sounds insane, but that's the best way I could describe it. It has this rooty iris, almost like a dirty orris vibe, okay? So if you've ever, if you've ever seen, or you could imagine, you are smelling a potato that is almost instantly yanked from the ground, right? And directly from the ground, when the potato gets yanked, what do you see? You see a bunch of roots, right, from the plant, because the plant is up top and the potatoes are down below under the surface. And attached to those roots are usually like dangling soil, right? You get this earth, dark earth vibe. And there is some of this rooty, almost like you're smelling this rooty potato, but in like a floral form. So like an iris, like a rooty, dirty orris, okay, if that makes sense. And actually, so if you've ever seen the potatoes actually being yanked, there's usually not just one potato with the plant. There's usually like 5 or 10 or 15 potatoes all at once underneath. They pull the plant out, and just have that image in your brain. That is probably the best representation of this smell, because there is something almost white starch smelling about this fragrance. Almost like you're smelling dirty, rooty potato, white starch, dirty, rooty potato. And, the roots, the dirt just kind of go everywhere when you pull it out of the ground and you get that smell. That's the smell that I get from Lao Gold. And then, as the hour, this has only been on my skin now for probably about an hour and 45 minutes, I think. But once you hit that first hour mark, the fragrance starts to change a little bit. The smells start to evolve, if you will. And it starts to turn from that starchy, potato, dirty iris vibe, floral, white floral hawthorn vibe. And the wood almost feels like it begins to transform, and it begins to turn more sour. So the oud, the wood itself, actually feels like it starts to become more and more sour as you smell it. And there's this sour aspect to the wood, which I actually am quite enjoying, because it adds a little bit of funk to, to a mostly clean floral type composition. There's another aspect to that sourness, and it's hard to say whether it's coming from the wood or, who knows what it's coming from. But there's another aspect to that sourness, and it starts to smell like you're smelling black currant. Not the plant, sorry, black currant buds. So that pissy, black currant, or black currant leaf, whatever, cassis, that sour, pissy vibe starts to kind of come through a little bit here. And then, if if you ever smell real castoreum, not the synthetic stuff that is commonly used today, but if you ever smell real castoreum, sometimes castoreum will give off this leathery, almost like you're smelling something that has fruity touches to it. Sometimes it'll come off as very warm and fruity smelling. And this fragrance, this oud is very complex because it has that iris-like smell that I love. And there's an oud fragrance that Russian Adam sent to me actually in one of the sample sets. One of the ingredients, the 50 ingredient scent that I said I thought smelled like iris. And if this is, so the note breakdown, by the way, if you go to Parfumo and just type in Lao Gold, you're going to get one note, and that's Laotian oud. So if this is truly just Laotian oud and nothing else, there's no florals with the composition, it's literally just, you know, a luxury oud fragrance and that's it. This is very impressive because this is a very multi-dimensioned oud. You get that sour vibe start to come out after the hour mark that I really enjoy. You get, it almost smells like there's castoreum in here, even though there's not. Like if you told me, hey, this was a composition and there's maybe this pissy blackcurrant leaf quality to it, and you know, there's this fruity castoreum-like feel, and then there's this iris. You know, if you told me, hey, some of the notes were hawthorn, iris, some florals, some wood, some oud, that kind of stuff, I would totally believe you. And again, this is just Laotian oud according to Parfumo, and I don't think he really gives a note breakdown, but one person writes that there's this honeyed vanillic like smell that comes through later on, and also that there's this boozy like smell, and I can't say I've gotten really either of those yet. I could see him maybe you know, what I'm smelling as this iris, you know, floral take, he's smelling as like this honeyed, vanilla, woody like smell. But that's the thing about sniffing real ouds, is that they are multifaceted. There are many different layers. Everyone can, I could smell an oud, you could smell an oud, and you know, Russian Adam could smell an oud, Taha could smell an oud, and we could all come up with completely different smells. And it's such a complex ingredient. That's why Russian Adam said he thinks it's the top ingredient out there. Like, it's the absolute top ingredient. And it is... I'm enjoying this. I like it. Would I ever buy this? No, absolutely not. I don't think I would actually spend my money on this. If I'm going to spend, you know, $500, $600, $1,000, whatever these oud oils go for, I have no clue. But whatever, you know, a 12 mil Tola or whatever they call it goes for, it shows how little I know about the oud game of real oud oil. You know, I'm just not into that. I've never been into spending that much money on this much juice. It just feels, you know, it's not my thing. I'd rather get a 100 ml bottle of stuff and spray away. And so I like this. I'm enjoying it. I enjoy wearing this before bed for whatever reason. Oud has this very calming effect on me sometimes. And since Taha's ouds are not animalic and they're very clean, it's a perfect before bed scent for me. Plus, I can just put it on, talk about it with you guys. There is this obviously old woody vibe. Chinese oud that I've smelled doesn't smell anything like this from the ones that I've smelled. Thanks to Russian Adam, there were some Chinese plantation ouds he sent me, and they smell completely different, but it's all about the distillation, the area of the country. China's a huge country, so oud from this province is going to smell different from that, and you know, this is, but this is a good one. I'm really enjoying this. you know, some of the, if you go watch I have a playlist set up for Agar Aura. The videos are very short. We're only at 15 minutes now, and most of the videos are 15, 20 minutes or less. But some of the initial ones I said, you know, very frankincense heavy here, or just not enough complexity there, or that kind of thing. This one, there's beauty in its simplicity, if that makes sense to you. That's the way that I would view this. There's beauty in its simplicity. And it's very detailed. For being so singular, for being so simplistic in its note breakdown, Laotian oud, and that's it, it seems like there's so much going on. And I think that's why people just fall in love with just sniffing pure oud like this is, you know, now I'm getting like this carrot-like vibe. So I said earlier potatoes. Now I'm getting like this carrot. If you've ever smelled carrot seed, if you've ever smelled, excuse me, if you've ever smelled this fragrance from Loewe called 001 Man, if you like iris, this doesn't have iris, but it has carrot seed in it. And this is the eau de parfum, but I heard the eau de toilette is quite nice as well, but I've never smelled it. But this has this beautiful carrot seed execution. And sometimes perfumers will use carrot seed since they're cheaper to use than real iris. This just gave me this, powdery carrot seed vibe, you know, and carrots also, of course, in the soil. So I'm getting a lot of this submerged beneath the soil, roots, wood underground, almost like you're traveling, almost like you're following the tree down, and once you hit the ground, instead of stopping, you continue to follow the tree down into the roots, into where it connects to the ground. That's the smell that I'm getting from Lao Gold. But I love that iris touch. I love that powdery, whether it's carrot seeds, like Loewe 001 Man, whether it's real iris, whether it is this floral hawthorn like Queer d'Orange. I mean, as you can see, there's a lot going on, a lot to pay attention to. I think that's why people fall in love with just sniffing real oud. So, thanks for watching. If you have experience with Agar Aura or Lao Oud, do let me know. Thank you, Eddie, for letting me, you know, do these little quick hit reviews, you know, that I never would. There's no way I'd be able to do stuff like this without your generosity. So thank you, my friend. Thank you for the support. I hope you guys are appreciating getting something out of these just, you know, fast little reviews, if you will. So yes, thanks everybody. Have a good night, and I hope to see you again tomorrow with another video. Bye, guys.